Hey guys, Camfrey15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I am back with another episode, dual episode review of Sakamoto Days. Now I know I missed the last episode, episode 15, but my goodness, bro. Honestly, I think it's good that I do back-to-back episode reviews for these shows, dude. And honestly, I'm probably gonna just talk about the craziness that is Slur Sakamoto, which isn't his real name. I should have, went back and rewatched it. But it's not, it's definitely not his real name, right? Slur is just a different, I guess, code name he goes by. Um because when Sakamoto was fighting him, and he said his real name, he did get a little bit triggered, right? But let's talk about episode 15, dude. So episode 15, bro, was absolutely crazy. So that one dude, right? Oh my goodness, bro. He was an absolute psychopath. Absolute psychopath, bro. And this all happened because he got bullied by some kids. Got bullied by some kids. His parents truly didn't really check in on him, and his father like never did a good job of being a good parent, saying like, "Hey, are you okay? Are you doing good?" Right? And dog, this kid was stabbing his stuffed animal like rabbit or bear or whatever, and to the point you just saw lint. And I'm just like, mother, you're not seeing your kid is doing this. Like, if you're seeing your kid tear up like a stuffed animal like this, I think you would try to ask your husband, like, hey, I don't know if so and so is good. I don't know if Joey is good. Like, I think I think the kid might need to legitimately get some help, or he might need to what's his face? He might need, to be talked to. And bro, you have the fact that this fucking kid, bro, this kid legitimately kills a fucking cat. He kills the cat and does the same thing to the cat like he did to the stuffed animal. Now, I'm not a cat person, but I don't condone animal violence. I saw that shit and I'm like, oh no. So, shockingly enough, the dad, he actually was like, he's scared, but he's like, look, we're gonna go get you some help. And obviously, that's the right thing the dad's dad to do. Go get help. Like, I'm thinking, like, oh, are we getting another Himika Toga situation here from My Hero? Nah, bruh. So they take him to the doctor, and essentially the dad does the right thing. He's like, hey, man, is my son good? Like, is his brain functioning correctly? And the doctor said, there's no difference in brain waves. He's fine. And kid is like, see, dad, I'm fine. And then the dad just does like, get away from me, you're a monster. And then this man just kills his dad. And I'm just like, what in the actual fuck did I just watch? This up to this point was the darkest shit in Sakamoto Days I've seen since I don't know when. This is the darkest moment in the show. Even with what we got in episode 16, where I'm seeing fucking bodies roll, heads being decapitated, death, blood all over the place. Yesterday or last week was a crazy sadistic episode. And I know the anime for is like a week ahead, right? But I'm kind of just reviewing the official stuff where obviously the worldwide version releases. Again, I don't know why we're behind, a week behind, but like I'm just like, bro, what is going the fuck on, right? So Sakamoto ends up beating this guy and kind of makes him regret doing what he was doing. And they take him back to the dude, and he actually, I guess, becomes an ally because we see him help out a bit, well, until he gets his arm cut off, right? But even then, I'm just like, I don't know if you would make this guy this friend. And the fact that like that like you can change your life and turn it around, and I'm like, this guy killed a fucking cat. He should be sentenced to prison, if not worse, death. Animal cruelty is not good, but whatever. And then we ended off the episode with Slur and his right hand man, bro. Which leads into this episode, bro. They walk into the organization that basically is, the JAA, which is basically the Assassins Network, right? They walk into this thing and they immediately kill these fucking security guards, right? The alarms go off and the other like workers are like, the alarms tripped off. I wonder what happened. And they're like, oh, those stupid guards must have not been able to do it, right? So Slur tells, I think the dude's name is Uzuki or whatever. He tells Uzuki, I'll correct it, when I get it right. He tells Uzuki, all right, go run wild. I'll catch up with you later, right? Bruh, this man has like a fucking metal mallet, bro. Like it was like a combination of a sword and a mallet. When I tell you this man went in these buildings, killed some of these fucking assassin agents, bro, with the easiest of ease. He didn't even have to fight like that crazy. It was crazy, man. He was decapitating heads. Like there was one part in the episode, there was like 3 guards. He ends up like hitting all 3 of them instantly. Their heads are already decapitated and cut off, and blood is splurting from their head. It was these past 2 episodes were definitely the goriest episodes of Sakamoto Days. And yet, I watched these 2 episodes as a whole, and yet people were this entire time complaining about Sakamoto Days and how bad it was just off an opening from the first half of season 1. Like, bro, I'm watching this and I'm just like, how can somebody tell me they hated this shit? Are you people stupid? Don't even get me. It really, when I saw this episode, it only frustrated me more the fact that people absolutely hated this shit. And they never truly gave Sakamoto Days a chance because of a fucking opening. Anyways, also mind you too, the old man with the katana shows up and he starts fighting the dude, but the dude manages to get away for a bit, right? So then that's when he meets up with Slur, and we cut over to Slur. Slur actually had an inside man in the JAA, and it was this crazy scene where like these 3 dudes were confronting him, and then the freaking inside man shoots him in the back of the head and kills him. And he's like, oh, hey, thank you for that. And he's like, oh, don't worry, boss. I got you, right? And then all of a sudden, you just have it where they're walking to get closer where they need to get to, and then Sakamoto shows up right then and there, right? He shows up, he crashes through, and obviously Slur knows the Sakamoto, right? And basically, this is when you kind of get the showdown. So String Dude tried to help out, but he ended up getting his freaking arm cut off, bro. Like instantly, he got his arm cut off, and I'm like, oh, these dudes are moving extremely fast. Like crazy fast. And we even see it how Shin, he tries to get involved, but he can't even keep up with these dudes. These dudes are moving so damn fast, right? That Shin gets pinned to the ground, and it takes Sakamoto not only once, but twice in this. I think 3 times from what I remember in this episode to save him from damn near dying. Like, Shin would have died if not for Sakamoto saving him. Like, dude, these dudes are, now this is what I'm talking about, man. This is what I'm talking about. I'm like, okay, so these must have been the assassins that I'm supposed to fear, because these other assassin chumps, bro, they were jokes, man. And you're telling me Slur hired these dudes? They were complete jokes to these guys, right? And you just have it where, Sakamoto's like, Slur, you don't need to do this. I know who you truly are. And he says his real name, and you can see that Slur was obviously triggered, right? And basically Slur kind of is like, I don't get you, Sakamoto. Why are you not what you once were? And they do clash a bit, but you're seeing Slur is actually getting the upper hand on Sakamoto. He's actually damaging him and making him bleed, right? And up to this point, we have never seen Sakamoto kind of get handled in a way where, his back is up against the wall, and it's kind of the situation is like, oh shit, if this dude makes one wrong move, he's dead. And we haven't seen that at all from Sakamoto, at all. And the fact that now we're actually seeing like, okay, no, this Slur dude is no joke. Like, he is a problem. So then it gets into the scene where Slur basically kind of makes threats and he's like, I don't get you, Sakamoto. You used to be this killer, this just dude who had no mercy. And then all of a sudden, you just gave that all up because you became a family man? And then he ends up basically going personal. And he's like, you know what, Sakamoto? I know you have a daughter. And that just pisses. Sakamoto was pissed because he's like, keep my daughter's name out your mouth. And the thing is, he knows Slur is probably this type of dude that if he wants to get the old Sakamoto back and bring him back, I'm guessing he'll do what it takes, which means if he'll hurt his own family, his wife and his daughter, he'll do it, and he'll do it with no mercy, right? And Sakamoto gets absolutely pissed off to the point you just see this image where Slur's like, yes, I sense that bloodlust. And Sakamoto is pissed to the point he wants to kill this guy. And honestly, I know his wife told him like no more killing for you. I guarantee you if Sakamoto told his wife, bro, like, nah, these assassins are after you. They're after you and Hana, and I can't have you getting you and Hana dying. I gotta take care of this. So just for this one time, man, you please remove my no kill thing. Right? Like, honestly, if I'm Sakamoto's wife, I think that's a valid reason to be like, all right, fine, you can kill these two, you can kill this guy. But after that, no more, right? I don't want you going back to who you used to be. But then that's the whole point why she doesn't want him to kill, because she doesn't want him to go back to his old self again, where he's being an old assassin, where he doesn't have no regards for life. Because that's what it was led to believe with Sakamoto. He killed to kill. He was an assassin just to get the job done, right? He had no empathy or sympathy for life, right? Until he went into the gas station and he met his wife. And he just fell in love, and he's like, fuck this assassin shit. I want her, right? Albeit, he still did the assassin stuff while dating her until she basically said she had enough of it, right? So, you know, it was crazy. And you see pissed off Sakamoto with bloodlust legitimately was actually hanging in there with the dude. But it was till Shin, told him, Mr. Sakamoto, it snaps, Sakamoto back into his regular self and everything. And then it ended up getting to the point where, Shin tries to get involved again, but it wasn't working. And so I'm able to save him again. Now, the crazy part is, the crazy part in all of this, right, is Sword Guy shows up again, right? And it was crazy how he cut through the fucking door and he opened the fucking doorknob with his fucking katana. I'm like, what the hell? And it looks like this dude is gonna come in and be like, okay, we do not want to F with this guy, right? And it gets to the point like Slur had to save his boy because his boy was gonna charge in, and then he did like damn near an attack that Miyabi would have did from Zenless Zone Zero, just with more kill intent, right? And essentially what happens, we see the inside man basically blow himself up to stop the old man. And I'm like, bro, what? But Slur ends up getting away, and he basically is like, don't worry, Sakamoto, that I'll get you back to who you used to be, right? But I think it's clear that Slur's plan is to maybe harm Sakamoto's family to get him to be back, and it's gonna be the thing of Sakamoto's family, to overcome or Sakamoto and his family, like Shin, Lu, and Kisuke, to overcome that and beat Slur and everything. So yeah, but we see that Sakamoto ends up going to the hospital because of it, right? And it's funny how Shin, he didn't want to go say anything because he felt like he held him back. But then you have it where Nagamo and the other guy, right? The guy with the metal thing, which is actually with the JAA, right? And basically, Sakamoto tells Nagamo, like, hey, Slur is this guy, actually. Now, apparently, like, he was foretold to be dead, but no, he wasn't dead. He was still alive this entire time. And we find out that Sakamoto and Nagamo went to the same school and were in the same class as Slur, And the thing is, Slur just kind of distanced himself and from them, and he kind of really had this belief in Sakamoto until obviously Sakamoto became who he was, and that's when he's like, all right, fuck this shit. And yeah, right. But it's crazy. Sakamoto does have a little bit of a scuffle with the metal face dude, right? But essentially, with the help of Shin, they managed to get some information and they found out where Slur is basically going to be going next. And it was funny because they used it where they hooked him up basically to an MRI machine. So that was funny. But bas basically, Shin and Sakamoto are going to try to look for Slur and try to take him down. We'll see. Honestly, Shin might need to use that new ability of his to be able to even go up against Slur's forces, because my goodness, Slur in his right hand man was crazy strong. But these past two episodes of Sakamoto Days were just absolutely amazing, and I definitely can't wait to see more Sakamoto Days content. But I'm very excited to see where the story's gonna go going forward. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. If you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts, hit that subscribe button if you want to get more. What is it? If you want to get more Sakamoto Days content or any other content I upload to the channel. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Catch you guys later. See you guys on the next video. Peace.